thought my family was just complicated. Turns out it was way worse than that. I, 27F, used to tell people my family was fine, not great, not terrible, just complicated. You know how everyone says that? I thought that meant raised voices at holidays, passive-aggressive comments, and pretending everything was normal the next day. I was wrong. Growing up, my parents fought constantly, but never in front of other people. To outsiders, we were the perfect family. Married parents, decent house, holiday photos on Facebook. Inside the house, it was like walking on broken glass. You never knew what would set someone off. My mom was the kind of person who always reminded you how much she sacrificed. If I got sick, she'd say, "Do you know how much I gave up for you?" If I was tired, she was more tired. If I was sad, she had it worse. There was no room for anyone else's feelings. My dad, on the other hand, was emotionally absent. He wasn't abusive in the obvious way. He just wasn't there. He worked late, stayed quiet, and when my mom exploded, he'd disappear into the garage or go run errands. I learned pretty early that if I needed comfort, it wasn't coming from him. I also have a younger brother, 23M. He was always the easy one. Teachers loved him, relatives praised him, and my parents constantly compared me to him. If I got a B, it was, "Your brother would have gotten an A." If I cried, I was too sensitive. He learned how to stay quiet and agreeable. I learned how to be the problem. By the time I left for college, I thought distance would fix everything. And for a while it did. Phone calls were shorter, visits were limited. I convinced myself we'd all grown. Then my mom got sick. It wasn't life-threatening, but it was serious enough that everyone rallied around her. Suddenly, I was expected to come home every weekend, help with appointments, cook, clean, listen. And if I didn't do it perfectly, I was accused of being selfish and ungrateful. One night, after a long day at work, my mom started yelling at me because I forgot to refill her prescription. I apologized and said I'd go first thing in the morning. That wasn't good enough. She said, if I die, it'll be because no one cared enough to help me. Something in me snapped. I said, "You can't keep using guilt to control me." The room went silent. Then my dad exploded. Not at her, at me. He said I was cruel, dramatic, and that I'd always been difficult. My brother stared at the floor and didn't say a word. That was the moment I realized something awful. They didn't see me as a daughter. They saw me as a role, the caretaker, the emotional dumping ground, the one who absorbs the chaos so everyone else can pretend things are okay. After that night, things got worse. My mom started crying every time I tried to set a boundary. My dad stopped answering my calls. My brother texted me saying I should just apologize to keep the peace. I tried, but apologizing felt like erasing myself. Eventually, I moved out again and went low contact. Not no contact, just enough to breathe. Holidays are tense. Phone calls are short. I still feel guilty every day. I still wonder if I'm the bad one. But here's the thing I'm slowly learning. If being around your family makes you feel small, exhausted, and invisible, love shouldn't feel like that. I don't know how this story ends. Maybe we'll heal, maybe we won't. All I know is that for the first time in my life, I'm choosing peace over pretending. And that has to count for something.